Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us again for another SurfaceBlur.com tutorial. Um, this is Fashion Case Study 1, Fashion Retouching Case Study 1, Part 2. In the last tutorial, we talked about using the healing brush to remove some blemishes from this particular photograph, and using also copied information from the channels panel to do kind of a dodge effect to get some of those imperfections out of the skin. So this time we're going to talk about what's going on under the eyes. And we're going to use the clone stamp tool. We're going to create a new layer, use the clone stamp tool, ensure that we've got either current and below or all layers selected. And our blend mode for the tool is going to be lighten, and I like to use an opacity of right around 30. So let's zoom in to right under the eyes. You'll see the wrinkles, a little bit of bags under the eyes. So we will alt-click on a lighter area and just kind of paint some of that away. Now we kind of want to go a little bit overboard because we're going to take the opacity down on this layer. So there's that. That looks good. So let's see. Let's bring it up to just where it looks believable. There we go. You still want to see a little bit. I'm a big fan of imperfection is perfection. So on the same layer, we'll use the clone stamp tool again. If you'll notice, we've got a little bit of discoloration in the upper right forehead area. So we'll use that same technique too. And since the layer is already opacity adjusted, we may have to do this a little bit more so as to cover the area. I don't want to go real in depth on this technique because it's pretty self-explanatory. I think I'd like to do one more thing before the end of this particular section of the tutorial. We'll go ahead and duplicate the background layer. And right now I'm just I want to add a little bit of depth and highlight to the hair. So what we'll do is we'll duplicate the background layer, change the blend mode to overlay, and then we'll add a negative layer mask, which we'll do by holding the Alt key and clicking the layer mask button. We'll grab our brush, ensure that our layer mask is selected. We'll change the opacity to 100 on our brush. Make sure it's 0 hardness, nice and soft. Scale the brush up a little bit. Just bring back a little bit of that color that we took out using the channels panel information. I don't know if I quite like this effect, but we'll use the blend mode, the layer blend mode, to change this a little bit if necessary. So see how we're bringing back some of that depth and some of that, the shadow information. Starting to look pretty good. A little strong though, so regardless of what blend mode we select, we'll take the opacity down a little bit maybe. And if you got time, get a small brush, kind of get in there toward the tips of the hair. It's very important. Don't want to leave that out. So we kind of got a basic effect now. So let's go through our blend layers. Another one I like to use is linear dodge. Jesus, that's not really going to work out. Where is that looking? Here, luminosity. Nope. We'll stick with overlay. We'll just dial it back a little bit. So, there. Looks pretty good. Got it before and after. And then this, in the next part of this series, we'll talk about making the eyes pop a little bit, adding some color, making them the real focal point of the image, and also adjusting a couple of the small imperfections using the stamp tool and the liquify filter. So Thanks again for joining us for part 2 of the Fashion Retouching Case Study 1. Have a great day and hope to see you soon.